Let's jump in. Aussie francs, dovish tapering weakened the Australian dollar. Okay, so this trade idea was fired out on the 8th of September, okay, based on the fundamentals that the Reserve Bank of Australia had carried out a dovish tapering, right? So, yeah, they tapered from 5 to 4 billion Australian dollar, okay? But the thing is, they actually extended their QE duration from 2 months to at least 5 months. Okay, so QE, instead of ending in early November, okay, it may actually end, well, it will, well, depends on how you see it. Okay, so they extended to February 2022 at least. Okay, so it may actually go beyond February 2022. Okay, but it will definitely not be before February 2022. All right. Okay, so because of that, the Australian dollar actually weakened across the board, right? It weakened across the board and actually forms my what do you call that, fundamental bias, okay, that the Australian dollar will be weak, okay, against the Swiss francs. As you guys know, Swiss francs is a safe haven currencies, right? So in times of uncertainty, in times of let's say dovish tone sent out by the central bank, okay, market participants are likely going to move from the riskier currencies like the Aussie over to safe haven currencies like the Switzerland francs. Okay, so because of that, yeah, that's the main reason actually. So because of that, I actually have a sell stop, okay, below the 0.675 level, okay, well, at 0.675, this green dotted line that you guys are seeing right now, okay. So yes, it's actually based on the daily time frame. So I actually have a 0.68 handle, which I would consider that as a strong resistance, okay. Why is that the case? As you guys can see over here, okay, I think back in July, okay, around mid-July, I would say, all right? It broke below 0.68 handle, okay? And it went back up for, like 2 or 3 days, okay? And tested, but it failed to break above. And then it came back down, right? Came back down. And then on the, I think it's August 11, okay? It went back up again to test the handle. And then it failed. It came back down again, right? And then early September, is it early September, this candle over here? Yeah, September 3rd, it actually tested the 0.68 level again, okay? Guess what? It came back down again, right? So overall, this level is actually very strong, personally, all right? Which is why I, set a sell stop order at 675. Then it got triggered on this vertical green dotted line on the 9th of, yeah, I think it was 1 day after the trade ideas being sent out, okay? So right now, okay, I would say it's actually hovering, right? Hovering around the entry level, okay? So it actually went down, but it came back up. So personally, okay, as of right now, if you ask me, what's my view on this trade idea, all right? Yeah, currently it's making, I think, some like 10 pips or so. But personally, I feel that Aussie francs is likely to go down further, okay? Well, dovish tapering from the central bank, that's one of the reasons, okay, why I feel that Aussie francs will continue to go down. Second reason, okay, the Evergrande saga, okay, so last Thursday, they were supposed to pay out their, what's that called again, interest to bondholders, okay. I think it's for some US bond, okay, US bonds or something like that. So up to now, they haven't actually paid back the interest to the debtors, okay? So right now, they are actually undergoing some 30 days of grace period, all right? So they are still safe, okay? They are still safe as long as they pay within this period within this grace period, okay? Now, if they are not going to pay, within this grace period, then it's going to get from bad to worse, all right? And another thing is that this Wednesday, they actually have another interest payment due, okay, also on a US bond, all right? Personally, I feel like this is a snowballing event, all right? It just snowballs from one debt to another debt, all right? So personally, okay, whether or not this Evergrande is going to default on their whole bond interest payment, or it's going to collapse like Lehman, personally, I think it's too early. I think it's still early to tell. All right, I personally don't really have a bias towards whether or not Evergrande is going to fail like Lehman did, right? But okay, remember, in times of uncertainty, like I just mentioned earlier, on the Swiss francs, right? In times of uncertainty, market participants are going to go for safe haven currencies or assets, like gold, like in this case, Swiss francs, right? Which is why my bias is that Aussie francs will carry on to go down. All right, that's the second reason. Now, third reason, like what Jean has mentioned, the Chinese PMI data are due in the next few days, right? And we have seen from the forecast that from the Caixin PMI data, they're actually expecting further contraction for another month. All right, so I mean that will actually have a direct impact on the Australian dollar. Okay, if the data comes out at least as bad as forecasted, all right, then Australian dollar is likely going to take a hit for the time being. Okay, but I personally feel that the major events over here is the Evergrande event, the Evergrande saga. Okay, and yeah, as you can see, technically speaking, this 0.68 handle is strong. Okay, so with that, I feel that yeah, I mean, apart from feeling that this whole Aussie franc trade idea is going to go down, okay, personally, I will still pay attention to the Evergrande saga, okay, because things happen, right? If let's say in a scenario whereby for some reason, I don't know how the company is going to raise that 85 or $83.5 million for the interest payment that was supposed to be due last Thursday, okay, in a case whereby they managed to raise the fund, okay, and pay back the debtors, okay, the bond holders, then, that will definitely lead to a lower chance of the company defaulting, right? I mean, the company is unlikely going to collapse if they can actually manage to pay off the debts. Now, that will actually lead to a more, I would say, optimistic view coming from the market, okay? Then it is likely that Aussie francs will be going the other way around, okay? That will be going up, the direction that I wouldn't want to see it go, right? And because of that, I may, okay, this time around, I may actually end the trade before it actually hits stop loss, all right? So if for Traders Club members out there, just pay attention to the EcoFin platform or the Facebook group, okay? Because if anything were to, if there's a change of events and things like that, and in a scenario whereby I close this trade for a loss, I will be notifying you guys on the platform, okay? So I've come to the end of my trade idea sharing, all right? So yeah, I will hand it back to Scott for now, all right? Thank you.